All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Across Enemy Lines. We do apologize not being on the air and online last week, but Sparks had a little something going on, a
Gotta take
little
the blame.
collegiate volleyball.
Yeah,
That's all right. We're back here having ourselves a good time, another Thursday evening, and it should be another fun one. Obviously, I'm not having as much fun because Packers just blow a tire and haven't looked good for a number of weeks. And frankly, I don't know how we change that, but we got to figure out a way to change it. But nonetheless, Corey, how are you doing?
doing good. Bears offense looks all right. Still lost the game against the Dolphins, and we'll go into that. But yeah, I'm doing all right overall. It's like the last nice warm day up here in northern Wisconsin, so I'm getting ready for 30s and 40s. But doing good. How about you?
Yeah, got to get on the winter skin,
Yeah,
uh, wear the warm coats, and bundle up.
absolutely.
Going to be another long one. But if you are, is this your first time joining us, make sure to follow and like our channel and follow for subscriptions and well, not subscriptions, I wouldn't say, but follow our channel and subscribe to us. But they also follow our social media, Cross Enemy Lines, X Enemy Lines on Twitter. So that's a little bit of a change. But if you're looking to get involved, definitely go so or do so. And once again, the offer's still on the table. Once we hit 50 subscribers, I'll give you a gift card. We'll give one away, a $15 gift card, and we'll pick a place at random. I don't think we really have any place in mind, but
Yeah, we gotta get a little closer, but we're getting there. We're tracking. We're at 34.
hey, we gained one since I think the last time we were on.
Yep,
But yeah, we're trying to pick up the pebbles a little bit, like a penguin in love. We got to find that right pebble and set it in between her feet. And there you go. That'll be your gift card.
there we
But
go.
it should be another fun one as we get going. Let's talk about it. We got probably talk about the last 2 weeks because we didn't get a chance to talk about uh, last week. Thanks, Sparks.
So
But
sorry. You were there with me. Me and Johnny were in the same building, but it was after I said, "Hey, I got a direct volleyball." So not gonna talk too much about my life, but Johnny works at a news station. He produces. Usually, I can sketch out the same time he has off, but I had to direct that night. It was a tournament game, and we lost, so didn't have an episode, and they lost, so that was nice. Cubs fans in
yeah,
the
it was
chat, how's it going, man?
Cubs fan is back, baby. Let's go. But talking about the Packers, the last 2 weeks been awful. Continue on this awful stretch. Just I don't have a lot of confidence in the team right now, frankly. They lost to the Bills, and actually, you know what? That game wasn't as poorly played. 27-17, still not ideal. Rodgers had 200 and some odd yards, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not great, but it's the Bills. That's kind of what I expected going into the building. Didn't expect to win in Buffalo. That's always a tough one. And just you just take what you can. This past week, week 9, right? Is that week 9?
Yep,
Yes.
coming off week 9, going into 10.
We blew a tire against the Lions, and that's just pathetic. I mean, you can't lose to the Lions. It's the Lions. Let's be serious here. Lions are probably, they're the fundamental, laughing stock of the league. We lose 15-9. Just a countless fundamental mistakes. Crappy play overall by Rodgers and the rest of the team. He was throwing off guys' helmets and just looked off brand. But, what are we going to take out of this season? I don't know.
A draft pick.
Hopefully, say what you're going to say.
Said a good draft pick. That's about it. But yeah, I'll let you
That's
keep
about
going.
it. But yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot to look forward to here in Green Bay. There's not much to do. Packers season's kind of our holy grail, but now it's going to fail away because I don't know. We just decided not to play anymore. We just look terrible. I think it's probably a good chance time to get a few reps for Love, see what he can do, just to weigh it in case Rodgers decides not to fulfill his last 3 seasons under contract, which he very well may do. I think it's a good idea not just to get him some reps, see what Love can do. I know we got a lot of guys going to be on free agency, including Tunyon, um, which isn't a good thing for the Packers fans. But I mean, the front office failed us this year, ladies and gentlemen. We couldn't sign anybody before the trade deadline. We did sign somebody in free agency now, and that's Abram from the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't really help our receiving core. I don't know why the front office doesn't make more moves. You know, the Bears got Chase Claypool before us. We made the same offer, but they thought the Bears would have a better draft pick.
Yep.
So you know, maybe it's a little bit of the suckiness of the Bears benefiting them getting that Chase Claypool pick, but still, we just have so many areas that we need. I mean, you're trying to patch this tire that's blowing air, and it's just like just got to let it go and get a new tire. So I don't know how we get the new tire. Got to probably go to our guys at Auto Aces or something like that. Go figure it out. But
It's a good place.
clearly the patch job is not working. But yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough, Sparks.
I think you guys are in a weird spot. I don't know. Yeah.
You want to rely on your Hall of Fame quarterback, or do you want to cut ties and go to somewhere new? That's the real question. I think heading into the offseason. I know we're not going to get trade value for him because he's worth still got 150 million on his contract in 3 years.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to want to bite that big chunk of pizza or whatever you want to call it. Big chunk of cheese.
There you go. Chunk of cheese. That's appropriate for it.
But yeah, it's, you know, I think I think he can play better. Yes, I'm not putting all the blame on him. I think our defensive coordinator Joe Barry needs to be gone. We have so many first round draft picks in that defensive core that we should not be playing this bad. Our run defense isn't looking good. Our pass defense looks mediocre at best. And I just think we should be a lot sharper there. I also think, you know, I think Matt LaFleur needs a wake-up call because he hasn't proven himself to, I guess, really lead a team. You know, just try to find a way. I think he's an okay coach. Don't get me wrong. I think he can call plays in the situation. He's a Shanahan guy. He's from that pool of coaches.
He's in that tree.
But
yep.
he needs to develop something where he becomes a leader and says, you know what, guys, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to run it through. I think, you know, our line needs a lot of repairs too. And that we were talking about this before. Frankly, I don't think Bakhtiari should be here next year. He takes up a lot of money and he hasn't played games. And when he plays, yes, he is substantial. He plays very well. Don't get me wrong. That line looks phenomenal. But if you're not playing, if you only played 2 games or 1 game the whole season already, and it's been 2 years since your knee injury, it's like, all right, buddy, it's time to get going. And so that's my kind of opinions heading into the week. It hasn't been real good, but hopefully we can flip it around a little bit, just maybe make a little dent. I don't think we're going to beat Dallas, but I think maybe we can, you know, maybe rub some knuckles, look decent at least, you know, look formidable.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a Packer, I'm trying to like put myself in your shoes. You know, had a good quarterback my entire life. Finally not doing too good. Had the 1 down season in 18. The Bills game, I'm not mad about, and you said that too.
No.
Like they looked fine. You're playing against, in my opinion, the Super Bowl favorites. Is that fair? The Eagles are up there too, but
I would say the Chiefs actually.
Chiefs, yeah, the Chiefs. I mean, Chiefs and Bills. That's going to be a matchup wherever they meet on the AFC side. But you know, a team that could go all the way.
I guarantee it's in Arrowhead. I would put $5 even right now. It's going to be in Arrowhead somehow.
Yeah, somehow they will
always get the big games. They always get the big games.
Yeah. They win the right games down the road, or like regular season schedule. They get those big games, as you said before. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. Dobbs had a nice over the shoulder catch or back shoulder catch, some improvisation from the receiving core. The Lions thing, I mean, you look back at the tape.
Stupid.
Yeah, one interception in a goal to go situation is not Rodgers' fault. It gets tipped at the line. The other one isn't really anywhere close to somebody who's supposed to be.
The other one is Rodgers' fault.
Yeah, I mean they declare him as an eligible receiver.
Got it?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you make that throw? You had time to set your feet just for a second.
Yeah.
And yeah, he threw it way short. And I think he needs to take blame for that, and he kind of did.
Mm-hmm.
But first of all, here's the real question. Why can't our line open a hole for AJ Dillon for 0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
The dude's huge. But he's been running into these walls like they're, everywhere. I think he averages like maybe, a couple yards a carry. It's not very good.
Yeah, it's down to 4 on the dot, which right now in the running back market is not good. I mean, Aaron Jones is up in the 5s. It's kind of where you want to be if you're dynamic. And I was wondering in those goal-to-go situations, why aren't we using A.J. Dillon here? But if you look at all these plays where he needs a yard or 2 yards, like you just said, John,
He hasn't gotten them.
the holes aren't there. Yeah, and he's not getting them either. So
Yeah, so it's been a kind of the, this sad cat tour here, the dying cat tour of the Green Bay Packers. But it's been pretty. Let's talk about your Bears a little bit.
for sure. And I'll just give an update on the chat here since I'm seeing a couple things. So Cubs fan said I'm good, just knowing the Packers suck and Justin Fields is the GOAT. We'll get to that on how Johnny feels about it.
Justin Fields to go. That's a bit.
Then Anime said, as a Packers fan, is this how Bears fans normally feel? And Cubs fans said yes, and I would have to agree with that. This is how we feel, Johnny. Welcome to my world where we've got more complaints than eyelashes. It's bad. So if we go through the Bears the last 2 weeks, 49-29 against the Cowboys, that's where we really saw the offense kind of start to wake up. Bit of an argument there when you talk about the fact that it was in garbage time where they got 1 or 2 of those touchdowns. But Fields was out in the open field. The Bears weren't acting with urgency. The last quarter, they were basically just running plays on the ground, going, let's try some different things out. We know we're not going to win this game. They've given up Robert Quinn. They've given up Roquan Smith. So giving up 49 points and then 35 the next week is something that's going to happen when you give away your defensive centerpieces and you're trying to stack up on assets. So then they fall 35-32 to the Dolphins. BS pass interference call at the end, but whatever. I'm, again, not mad.
Oh, there was BS pass interference for Tunya, too.
Huh?
I forgot what game.
Oh,
was that the Lions?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
It was it was the Bills. They called offensive pass interference, and he got tangled up with the guy, and they both almost fell.
BS.
Yeah. I think you just let those guys play.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. You just let those guys play. I didn't think that was pass interference either. I have Tunyon in fantasy, so I was like, could we please not call that? But yeah. So then against the Dolphins, Fields has 4 total touchdowns. He breaks the single game regular season rushing yards record with 178. Claypool doesn't do much damage. 2 receptions, 13 yards on 6 targets. Those deep shots that the Bears like to take every once in a while have been going more towards Claypool. They've got bigger frames now. Equanimous St. Brown is 6'5". Harry is 6'4". Claypool is 6'4". So they're building. Market cap over $100 million for next year. I think the future's bright. It's just tough to watch Bears football when they give up so many points. But seeing the offense more alive than I think I've seen them in a few years is pretty encouraging. I don't know the last time I've seen the Bears score 29 one week and 35 the next. Probably the Mark Trestman era, and he wasn't a very good coach. We didn't have defense those years either. So hopefully on the up and up. But I can't complain. I understand what this season is. It's a season where you want to build up assets. You want to go get some draft picks. I didn't think the Claypool move made a whole ton of sense because the wide receiver class coming up for, drafts, looking pretty good. Ryan Poles said he didn't like the free agency class, Jacoby Myers in it, and there's a couple of other wide receivers. He felt like Claypool was the best out of there. Johnny, I think it was a block play. I really do. I think they were going, look, I know the Packers want it. Maybe they didn't read the mind of the Steelers, right, and go, we're going to have the worst record. They're going to want us, but that's what happened. I'm not sure they were as interested in Claypool as they were in keeping Claypool out of the division rivalry, if you will. So I think they just went out and got somebody who, hey, he's 2 years in, 800 yards in his first 2 years. Let's go get a guy who's got a big frame. He's going to help us. He's going to be a veteran wide receiver, even though it's his 3rd year. And one thing I will say for the Packers and the Bears, we've got one of the best wide receiving classes coming up out of college. You've got so many guys from Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama. I mean, you have so many. Jigba is one I think of for Ohio State. He should be one of the first ones to go off the board. You have so many options on all those Power 5 schools. A lot of guys are juniors, seniors. They're getting ready to declare. So I think they're loading up. I think the Packers are loading up too. They don't have as many draft picks, but they do have some chances at wide receiver. Quarterback thing, that's a whole nother, Rodgers retires. What do? You can't trade him. Plenty of money that would hit the wallet of somebody else who's not going to want to deal with it. Unless you find a really dumb organization. Who knows? But, yeah, I'm not mad. It's kind of weird to see the Bears give up this many points, but the offense is building, and I think they're going to kind of go the Packers approach now and say, let's go get some defense in the first rounders. Maybe we get a wide receiver too. And then 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round, we go and build the line. But I'm complacent. We're 3-6. Can't say I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I'm on the other end.
Yeah, Johnny did not expect this. We are both in
Yep.
very different spots with the same record.
Indeed, we are. But taking a look at this week, Packers got the Cowboys. That means Mike McCarthy's coming to town. That's unfortunate because Mike McCarthy's going to wipe the floor with us. Can't say too much about it, but I expect the Cowboys to win that game pretty handily at Lambeau. Not much going for us. I don't know who the Bears got this week. If I had to do a score prediction, I've always prided myself on never betting against my own team, but so I'm gonna keep it close, but say 30. Oh, let me think here for a second. Yeah, 28, 28 to, let's say, 27. 28, 27. We'll call it Packers, baby.
Okay,
Because
I'm
you
like,
never
there's
bet against your
no
own team.
way the light has
You never bet
died.
against your own team. Never bet against your
Oh,
own
I thought
team.
the light died for a second.
Nope. Have to bet with my team.
Gotta respect it.
Yeah. Because you know what the worst feeling is when they do win and pull it off, and then you're on the other side and you're like, wow, did I feel like a sucker?
I've done that many a times. I'm like, do I
Yeah,
just turn my Bears stuff in now? I was too
might as
pessimistic
well.
on them. Yeah. What do I think of this game? I think the Packers put up a decent fight. I looked at A.J. Dillon, Johnny, and not only has he not been producing, the Packers have abandoned him. He hasn't had 15 touches in a game since week 4. So it's really more of a balance. It's not even a balanced attack. It's more of an Aaron Jones-oriented attack on the ground, and they've just abandoned the run because they go down so early. Last 2 games have been close, but I think when A.J. Dillon is in, it's very clear he's getting the ball. They're not really using him off the ball a whole lot. So the D-line's going, okay, the specialty player's in. Let's stuff the line. Let's bring 5. Let's bring 6. Let's bring 7. We don't see a whole lot of plays where it's Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon in the backfield, which they were doing at the beginning of the season, and it was working. You didn't know who was going to get it. Both are dynamic runners in their own right. Jones is going to get outside the numbers. Dillon's going to plow you over, and the next guy, but they're not really using those looks a whole lot where you've got 2 guys in the backfield. They're trying to spread them out 5 wide, empty backfield, and when you have guys, you're talking about how Kurt Warner was breaking down some tape on him. When you have guys that aren't hitting their breaks very well, aren't making any possible space between them and them in the corner, excuse me. It's hard for Rodgers to do his job, but then he has his own mistakes, like what we saw in the red zone against the Lions. So I'm gonna go Cowboys. The defense hasn't been horrible. The Lions' offense, when they're healthy, they're good. So 15 points for them. The Bills only scoring 27. I'm going to say the Cowboys only get 24, and I'll give the Packers 17. I think they stay within a possession. I think they'll fight.
I hope there's a chip on their shoulder this week with McCarthy coming back.
I don't think they're going to let Mike McCarthy stomp all over him. I really don't. Like, despite the fact I think there's a huge talent gap between the two teams, I think there's going to be a lot of grit. LaFleur's going to go run heavy. Hopefully he puts 2 backs in the backfield and uses deception. You're going to have to. With Micah Parsons, you got to make him choose, and you have to choose the other option. So I'm going to say they keep it close. They're going to fight him tooth and nail.
There we go.
Yeah.
A little bit more optimism.
Yep.
In a pretty depressed town here of Green Bay. Not a lot of happy people around here. Like you say hi to somebody in the mall and then they just like flip you off. And it's like, well, that's Packers Sunday.
The morale is down. Yeah, all right. Jeez.
Morale is down. It is sad. We did get a high V, so that's a big highlight of our time here.
Good time for that to happen when everybody's down.
Yeah, we needed it. We needed
that. It was a good little morale booster. Maybe people.
Wahlburgers in there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wahlburgers Bar and Grill. It went in there today. It's too much to take in. It's a lot.
Have you had Wahlburger
They got like
sauce?
a pro shop. They got like a pro shop. They got like a beauty shop. They got a liquor section that's just massive. Like big as a normal couple, I don't know how to explain it, but it's huge. It's like way too big.
It's a huge
way
store
bigger
just
than
full of liquor.
it's just like a lot happening at once. They got like one of those live lobster tanks. It's just a whole thing. Yep, the Hy-Vee's in town in Green Bay. So if you are on here on Sunday, maybe go there instead of the Packer game. You might
Gotta give
have a little
someone a
more
reason to go to
fun.
Green Bay. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Tourism of Green Bay. Let's go,
Right.
baby.
They got to start branching out.
That's right. So let's talk about your Bears.
Yeah, Bears play the Lions this week at noon. I like the matchup. The Lions wide receiving core is pretty healthy. Amonra should be in. DeAndre Swift has been healthy, but they're still leaning on Jamal Williams, who's got more touchdowns, more yards. So I'll be interested to see how the Bears can kind of block a two-headed running back attack. I do like the Bears matches or the matchups on offense. I think Khalil Herbert, David Montgomery, Justin Fields in the open field. They took about a year and a half to realize this guy's kind of athletic. We should probably do some design runs and draw some linebackers out of coverage. So they're doing that, kind of mixing in the bootleg, what we see with Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones over in New York right now, except Fields is a little more fast, a little more elusive, and sometimes he'll throw at the end of that bootleg as well. So a little bit of an RPO as well, where maybe he just hands it off or just takes it himself. I do like the matchup against this Lions defense, even though they held the Packers to 9. I think you'd agree with this. The Packers kind of held themselves to 9. They were inside the red zone twice, and they got 0 points. So,
Yeah, pathetic.
yeah, I don't think the Lions defense is groundbreaking. I would say the Bears beat them pretty handily. I'm going to go 34-20.
I think the Lions may have a little bit more mojo going into the game.
Okay.
They just took down the Packers. They're feeling good. I do think the Bears probably get the win. I'll give it to them, but 27-24, Bears will take that one.
I'll take it. Scoring in the 20s and 30s. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Oh, that's just our predictions. There's nothing more.
Yeah, for all we know, it's a 3-0 ball game.
Yep. 2-3.
Right. 2-3. Could you imagine?
goal.
Oh my gosh.
That would be a game to pay for.
I'd get my money back. I want to get paid to go to that game.
But big news this week. Lil Wayne denounces Aaron Rodgers, which is almost a sin, especially for a Packers fan. But that was pretty brief, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers really commented on it. I wasn't. I think Lil Wayne's the best when he gets put on the jumbotron at Lambeau. I've seen him there. I don't know if he's always the best guy for the whole team, just because he takes a lot of attention away. When he comes into the stadium, he made that bad song that ruined our season a couple years ago. The Green Bay.
I didn't know you felt like that.
Something. Was it the green and yellow? That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But then he came out with the second one, and it was like something. It started with Green Bay, and I remember it was like, oh, that one's a little bit cringeworthy. Seems a little rushed to me. Lil Wayne has his own opinions. So does everybody else in the sports commenting world about the Packers, but that's all right. We just got to find a way to overcome and find a way to get back in it. Find a way to dominate once again. So that was in other news. I don't know if there's anything else really big headlining news that was outside of the NFL, but still, just kind of in the other news category, or else we can head to the NBA.
Week 10 games you're looking forward to at all? Or I could start too.
Oh yeah. Excuse me, I forgot about that.
No, you're good.
Oh, week 10 games I'm looking forward to. I think, Packers Cowboys will be a fun one to watch. It's going to be very hostile. We don't like the Cowboys, and I've seen on the Green Bay ticket sales lots of people from Dallas going, "Oh, can we get a ticket?" And I'm like, "No.
Stay away.
Stay away.
Stay in Jerry's world."
We want you guys away from us. We want to stay protected. And the one that's one thing is the opposing fans buying tickets. Like, I understand, that's part of the game. But you know about the Tampa Bay Lightning that won playoff years when they didn't allow opposing fans in?
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem like borderline illegal?
It does. I mean, you've got everyone in there voting. Look, if you want to up the price of parking to try and scare some people off, I know like AmFam does that.
That's fair game.
That's still
fair
different
game.
Because everyone has to pay it, right? They're just hyping it up.
Not allowing people in.
That's bad. I think that's pretty bad. How do you prove it? What if you just go out and buy a hat for that team and then you go in there and start cheering against them? Like, you could do that. You got to disguise.
I don't know. I remember when they did that though. It was like, what? I didn't even know that was legal.
I didn't either.
But the other game I would look forward to I gotta go with the Chargers versus San Fran. I think that'll be a good one. You got two good offenses. Herbert, your guy, but he's got to go against Garoppolo and McCaffrey and that whole Debo Samuel 49ers team, which sticks around. They really do. They're a good team. They're a solid team, and they play pretty fundamental football. But they're not like wow, shocking, surprising, and they really don't stand out. They're not like a headlining team
Right.
throughout the whole season, but they'll shock you in the playoffs.
Just gonna say that you never really look at that. They're 4-4 right now. Nobody's talking about them.
Nobody's talking about them.
They're like, oh, they sold out for McCaffrey. Is it worth it? They're already a run-heavy team. Do they need to go get the best guy? They gave up a lot for him. Look, they're gonna go 9-8, 10-7. They're gonna sneak in the wild card and they're gonna shock a top seed. Would not be shocked. I'll put it out there right now. They play the Eagles in the first round for the Eagles after they get the bye, and they take out an Eagles team that's played a lot of very easy teams this year. Like you said, they're gonna give you a hard game. That you're not going to talk about them in the regular season. You're like, oh, big whoop, they're 500. Come playoff time, they're going to go into your house because they never host. They're going to go into your house and they're going to take you out. They did it to the Cowboys 2 years ago. They did it to the Packers last year. It's just like yearly basis they do this thing.
Nope, man. They always keep quiet.
Mhm.
Shocking. What game you looking forward to?
I'm thinking Vikings, Bills. I think we're really going to see, are the Vikings legit? Seems weird to say that about a team that's 7-1. But they've had some easy games too. I think they've got their biggest test yet against one of the Super Bowl favorites in the Bills right now. MVP candidate Josh Allen. How does this Vikings offense fare against the Bills defense that's top 5 in many categories? Pass defense has been phenomenal. The rush up the middle, Von Miller's always helping there. They're trying to recruit OBJ like every other team. But, I mean, just the fact that the Bills, 6-2, they don't have the best, or they don't have a better record than the Vikings. 6-2 is obviously pretty solid. They're favored by 3.5 right now, even though I believe. Oh, it is at home for the Bills. So I really want to see. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough. I mean, the Bills Mafia. I think, can the Vikings offense actually stand up to this Bills defense and put up a decent amount of points? And B, we've been worried about, at least I've been worried when I watch the Vikings when people ask if they're valid. How's that defense going to do? How's the secondaries? Darius Smith's been fine. They've got a good front seven. How's the secondary going to do? I think they get absolutely unloaded on. Stephon Diggs, revenge game, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go Bills by a couple touchdowns, but I think it's going to be a fun game to watch.
Will the Kirk Cousins on the plane come back to bite him, just like the Giants on the boat?
Yeah, that was an interesting video. The chains, yeah. I don't know.
But it feels like the same thing as the Odell on the boat.
And then they went abysmal. They went like 4 and forever or whatever. They lost like so many games and won 4 in a couple years.
Gotta believe in karma. Gotta believe in karma.
At what point does it kick in? It might be now.
Yeah, because they're celebrating a little bit too early. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting that out there, Cowboys of the North.
They look
Cowboys
comfortable.
Of the North. Let's talk about the NBA. NBA has been fun for me. Maybe less fun for Sparks. With his Bulls. The Bulls haven't been
subpar. Yeah.
They haven't been playing up to par. We say subpar, but subpar is a birdie.
That's right.
Be north of par.
I guess north of par.
That would be really good. Say subpar.
Yeah, subpar. You're getting a birdie or an eagle. I'll take those. Yeah, we're like 2 over right now. We're not feeling too good. We might miss the cut.
Yeah. 2 over. I don't think you'll miss the cut. Maybe 5.
Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna just make the cut, but we're not gonna be like contenders.
You're gonna be a contender, but not really.
Right, like you're not a threat on Sunday,
No,
no Tiger Red.
You're one of the guys that just gets their name called, and you're casually walking through, waving, doing the old wave.
You're a spectator with a club. You're just there.
Nope, you're just there. Bucks 10-1. They have the Spurs tomorrow, but Bucks have been red hot. Giannis playing out of his mind once again, which always scares me. Because I always get scared of getting worn out by the time the season ends because it's a long season. And I think we are seeing a little bit of Drew Holiday and others take over Middleton as well, but you need to see more of it. You need to make sure that Giannis isn't always the center focus because as much as we want him to play every game and play at 100%, it's not realistic. He'll get tired, and we've seen it where he's been in the playoffs and his hands are on his hips, and he's just gassed because he's feeling the whole season coming to fruition. So like I always say, it's always okay to drop a couple games. If you drop a couple games in early, especially early in the regular season, you got a lot of time to make it up.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do it to a team that you think may come back to bite you in the rankings.
Right.
Try to beat those teams, but if it's a team that you can pass on, maybe a divisional team, say your Pacers or something like that, you can drop a game to them, and feel just fine. Have a little rest. Let Tyrese go off.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah, Johnny does know him. Childhood friend. He's been doing good. Career year so far.
Oh, kind of friend. He's a friend of my friend.
There you go. Mutual friend. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like to see the Bucks winning, but I would not mind to see a couple losses in there with Giannis on the bench, or at least getting less minutes, because you gotta protect that man at all costs.
Yeah, I think good like 5-1 rule. Let him play 5 and rest him 1. Rest him on a day where they play OKC, where you're really like, okay, this team isn't going to do much. Or the Spurs tonight, right? Or when they do play him tomorrow. Tomorrow. So yeah, he had a night off a couple days ago. I agree. Your star player, the last thing you want to do is play him all 81. And this sounds weird 15 years ago. Like, yeah, I want to make sure he stays warm. That's not how it works. Fatigue will kick in. Like you said, hands are going to be on the hips. He's going to feel the entire season weighing on him going, holy crap. Did I really need to play 44 minutes against the Pistons? Maybe not. So,
no.
Those moments that I think the Bucks are kind of aware of, I agree. I mean, it's weird when you're riding high. This is how the Bulls started out last year. They're like 5-1 to start. And I'm like, well, we can only go down from here. But we haven't been good for a while, so I'm okay with it. You want a little room to give, and you want to rest Holiday and Middleton too, because when Giannis is out, those two guys are going to be in the playoffs. I know we're looking months ahead, but you want your main pieces to rest as well. Drew's above 30, so things to think about as well there. But I think it's
just playing the chess game.
Yeah, I mean can't start off much better than that, man. They're doing good.
Oh, they're playing phenomenal. Talk about your Bulls.
Yeah, Bulls are the opposite. I mean, I'm chilling right now. It's early on. I'm okay. But losing some games they shouldn't. They came out and beat the Heat and the Celtics. Now they're losing to the Pelicans. They're losing to the Raptors. Their next game is up against DeMar's old team, the Raptors. They'll play him once again. I feel like they're playing him every couple of days. I see in the chat, Cubs fan said Rodgers is washed. Oh, there you go. All right. So
yeah, you'd like to think that until he comes back and bites you.
But DeMar's homecoming.
Let's remember Cubs fan. He is the one who owns you.
Oh god. Great. We lost a viewer. Now we're down to 33 again.
Right.
We're not going to get to 50 and give the gift card, Johnny. No, I'm just kidding. But you're like, it's not in our wallets if we don't pay it. So, but 6 and 7 could be better, could be worse. Want to see them pick it up as the season hits the middle portion. I think Vooch looks a lot better down on the low block. He's getting a lot more rebounds, playing more of that bully role. He's kind of starting to look like Kristaps Porzingis. He's pissing me off. He's just sitting in the corner waiting for his 3. I'm like, no, you need to go get the board and flip us over to the offense. In case we need an offensive rebound, we don't want to let them get the ball and go down the other end, and you're just sitting over there in the corner. So I'm okay with it. I think just lots of development. Goran Dragic has been a great spark off the bench. I see him getting 10, 12, 14 a night. Ayo Dosunmu is really embracing that point guard role. He's filling in for Lonzo Ball, who's had a knee injury forever now. And Ayo's improved since year 1. More confidence. He's taking shots with conviction. He's not passing out of shots. If something's open and he likes the look, he's taking it. For 6 and 7, I'm not mad. I'll panic in about a month if they're still under 500. But right now, yeah, it could be better. They're losing games they probably shouldn't. But DeMar still looks like DeMar from last year. Love to see him perform a little more in the playoffs this year, obviously, outside of that one game where he exploded and Bulls stole one. But not panicking. I just wish, 9 and 4 would be nice. I'd be okay with that. But we're not there right now, and that's fine.
Yeah, I just wish I took that bet last year.
Yeah. There's a reason I tapered off on that. I don't think the Bulls got a whole lot better. I mean, I think Lonzo's healthy. It's a different story. But this year, I'm like, no. The Bucks look insane. They're healthy again. Beginning of the year, they're dangerous. I'm good. But last year, I had my confidence.
Oh, you were on top of it. You were like, this is the team, baby.
Mm-hmm. Looked like it, man. They were the 1 seed for about a month, and then. But yeah, that's okay. They're building back. They've got some people to pay coming up, but they're building back.
What is the frustrating point is when you got to pay people.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Why can't they work for free? I'm kidding. But
that would be...
Well, if you're the Dodgers, it's basically it. They have all the money in the world.
Oh, yeah.
So. Money is not an item for them. It's just...
Hey, let's think about this, though. that the Nuggets mascot makes $675,000.
Again, give me that. Give me that. If he ever goes down, just you and I are going to tryouts.
Oh, I'm going to I'm going to try, and I don't care if I have to double backflip. I can't do it, but I will try it.
Yeah, for
Great
625K,
question.
I'll do it.
$625,000 for a
Oh,
mascot to dance around.
think about 1 year gig. You put 90% of that money away and just let it sit.
Yep.
Put it in
Don't even have.
stocks.
Well, not right now, but yeah.
Yeah, not now. Go play with the lottery. I don't know. Like,
Well, lottery hasn't been good to me. I won $8 on one drawing, and then I put that back into this final drawing, and then I got $0, and I was, out of $8. But
mine said I won 1.5B. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, 2.909B at the end of it.
I got half of it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Sparks, if you got half of it, you wouldn't be here.
You'd see all the editing equipment in the world being used right now. You guys would be seeing graphics fling across the screen. I'd be using some.
Well, no, it's like the one picture. It's like if you're like you got a perfect lawn, you would know if I won the lottery.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have everything. You'd have a sprinkler in every square foot. Like,
Yeah, you'd have just the nicest things. But it's always a fun dream. It's always a fun dream, especially when you buy the ticket. It's like, oh, this could be me, baby. This could be me. Any given day.
I'm scared, man. The odds are so bad. Like,
But that's the whole point.
I
It's
know.
stupid
I got
luck.
some on my
It's
18th birthday, and I scratched. I got scratch offs, and I got like $3-4 out of them, and I appreciated it. It was bought for me, but I'm like, man, if I
it's not
start,
it's not calculated. It's an uncalculated risk. That's the only problem, and I think that's probably why it scares you because
Yeah.
you can't control any of it.
No.
You can't feel for it.
right?
Oh, the other big news in the NBA though was Steve Nash getting fired.
Yeah.
And that's a big story because I think he actually wanted to get out though.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he wanted to be in Brooklyn, and then you got Kyrie Irving's whole mess.
Yeah. Social media.
Now
Yeah.
LeBron James is speaking out on it, and it's like it's 5 games, not that much.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Steve Nash getting fired, and who did they hire?
It's the interim guy. I got to learn his name, but he just got his first win as the head coach. He was.
I thought they got the Boston guy.
They were looking at Udoka. They were. And they
Okay.
decided not to, and they promoted their interim to their head coach. What is his name? He just got his first win in the head coach title. I just saw it. Kevin Durant gave him the game ball after they won.
It is.
Jacques Vaughn.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. So,
Good for him. Is that French?
I think.
Jacques? Pretty sure Jacques is French.
Yeah, the Athletic says he knows he wasn't the top choice to replace Steve Nash. Brooklyn was looking at Mr. Boston, who, had his level of affairs, and they decided not to go that route for multiple reasons. But yeah, they just hired the interim guy, so Vaughn is in, and he just got his first win at the job. So good for him.
That's a tough place to coach. A lot of big names.
Lots of expectations, yeah.
A lot of expectations. But it's not the Milwaukee Bucks.
It's true.
Have just turned things around. Recently. We talked about the NHL just a little bit. Hawks are 5-5-2. That's not too bad.
Take it.
I'll
500.
take it, but 500 with 2 ties, and so it's not bad. They're starting to fall though. They're starting to slip. Last time we were 4-2. Now they're starting to slip. So we got to watch that. But hopefully they can pick that back up. Well, let's head to our favorite segment, one of our favorite segments, and that of course is quarterback roulette. I wish we had a song for it, like a little jingle.
I know.
QB roulette.
All right, we'll go here. We should get a jingle for it. Something in the back. Me and
Yeah,
Johnny both used to play trumpet. We'll just manually make it so we don't get copyright struck. Let's see.
Oh, we'll still get copyright struck.
Oh, Lord. We're just talking about this guy. Okay. Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Back at it again with the white vans. Okay. I can start. So basically, we'll evaluate him. We do this always. We'll go goods, bads of a player, positive, negative, and then you go, what grade would you give him? A to F. What should their expectation be for the season? Goods, bads. Goods, Daniel Jones, as we learned a couple of years ago when he ran for like 80 yards and then ate the turf monster, is surprisingly mobile. He didn't do it a whole lot at Duke. And with Saquon healthy, they started using him in the rollout game a lot more. He's had less turnovers this year. I think his pocket presence has improved. Bads, down the field accuracy. Pocket presence, while it has improved, it is still not good. When he starts to throw in volume, I think he'll definitely try and force something in a double team. And right now, especially with Kadarius Toney gone, he really doesn't have the wide receivers to do so. Kenny Golladay has been a hot mess. Grade, it's a run-reliant offense, and that's really the only reason they have a winning record. I'm going to go D+ for Daniel Jones. Pretty harsh, but he really hasn't done a whole lot. He's been a turnover machine, especially when it comes to giving up those fumbles, not understanding when you got a guy coming up on your blind side, and that's your O-line's fault too, but learn your environment. Realize that you got to slide back, slide forward. What should their expectation be for the season? Don't fall out of the sky. I told Johnny before we turned the mics on, I think that the Giants are a team that really might not hold up to the expectation they've set the last few weeks. They could be third in that division. They could miss out on a wild card spot. They could be 8-9, and people could get fired. So don't fall out of the sky and squeak into the playoffs, because I don't think you can win the division. It's the Eagles and the Cowboys going at it right now. Eagles starting to run away with it. So you're going to have to go for a wild card spot and hope you don't fall out of the sky. So, yep, D+. He's in a very good situation right now, and he's not completely collapsing. I really am not a big fan of Daniel Jones. So
Daniel Jones, kind of a patchwork quarterback, I would say. Not really a guy that I think you're going to keep around for a long time. It seems like, he's playing a little bit better than he has these past few years. His turnover ratio is a little bit down. Using the legs again, which you mentioned. That's always helpful in the offense. But his goods, again, his mobility is showing off a little bit. Doesn't really have much of anything else, I would say. Has a little bit of an arm. Can get it to the, out routes and that sort of thing. But as far as going deep balls, I wouldn't trust him with it. The bads of him, turnovers, he was, like you said, he was rolling over turnovers like crazy. Just not looking good. Hasn't been good these past few years. This year he's kind of showing up. He was, frankly, he was the shocker quarterback that got drafted in that. I think it was 2018.
I think so. 2018 sounds right.
Same as Trubisky.
Trubisky was 17. I think he was a year after.
Okay.
So I think 18 is right.
But he was like that what quarterback? And everybody went, okay.
19. Okay.
You had Mel Kiper going, I don't understand where that play call is from, or where who is calling that shot, because that one seems like it was a little bit loose, and like just somebody maybe had it's like the game of telephone where somebody says something and you got to relay it to the next person. Maybe they had a miscommunication inside the office, and somebody said, oh, we want, Dak Prescott, and then the D, and then somebody else said, we want, I'm making up this name, David Johnson, and then somebody's like, oh, Daniel Jones.
That's what I heard. Yeah, out of Duke. Yep.
Yeah, out of Duke. Yeah, that guy. He's gonna go really high. So not a lot there. Frankly, probably seems like a good guy to get a beer with, but he's not the most talented quarterback. I can't say I would can't say I would want him on my team under center, but frankly, grade, I'll give you one little point up aside from Sparks. I'll give you a C-. Just because you ran all over us in London. I give you credit for that. What else am I missing? I got grade.
Expectation.
Good expectation. Expectation. Just try to keep it close in that race. Like you said, you're not going to win the division. You got Philly and the Cowboys in there. Both teams are showing up. You guys are kind of like the fraud team that, like, it's like the two kids showing up in the movie theater with a stacked or on top of each other in a trench coat.
Yeah.
And they walk in, it's a wobbly guy. It seems like that's what the Giants are.
Giants are the bottom one.
Pay the ticket for the rated R movie, and then they're like, thank you, sir. And then they walk through like, wah, wah, wah.
Yep. That's the Giants.
That's what they kind of seem like. But if I was to, I'm not mad at you. Like I said, I would get a beer with you, but you just not the quarterback that I would want on my team.
All right. That's fair. All right. So C minus, a little more generous. That's true. He's got good mobility. I just don't know if there's much beyond that, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
no.
what do we get?
The wheel went away.
Where
All
are
right, we'll improvise. You
our
can't
name up in
see
here?
my screen.
Nope. Well, technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen.
The wheel just cleared. Everyone saw it. That's weird. Pick a random number from 1 through 32.
I'll go number 14.
14. Let's hope he's not taken.
I do apologize. This is not how this was supposed to go.
Yeah,
But
this was bad. That's all right. We're improvising. Ryan Tannehill, he's still on the list, so we'll go with him.
all right.
High-class quarterback play today.
Yeah.
And a high-class wheel.
Yeah, our high class wheel. Now we got something on the screen.
Oh, yeah. No, that's preview, so we're up on the screen right now. So, yeah, Ryan
Right.
Tannehill. You want me to start again?
Go ahead.
Goods, bads. I don't have much good to say about him. I mean, he's a good game manager. He was a good game manager. He's thrown some games away the last couple of years. Decent deep ball accuracy. Used to be a lot more mobile. They'd use him in the rollout run game with Derrick Henry. Malik Willis was getting some reps last couple of weeks due to injury and some other concerns. He's going to hit his out routes. He had a lot more help when A.J. Brown was a part of that wide receiver core, and now it's Robert Woods and not really anyone else. Austin Hooper is a wide receiver, a tight end in that tight end core. Kind of hard to evaluate him, but really not crazy about anything other than, he's got some deep ball accuracy. Doesn't really use it much anymore. Reads the field pretty well. I wouldn't say he squeezes a whole lot of throws. He's just kind of inaccurate sometimes. Like he'll have a guy open, he'll throw behind him, he'll overthrow him, and there's a safety or a linebacker sneaking behind, just waiting. So great. I'm gonna say he's better than Daniel Jones by just a little bit, even though he's having a worse season. If I'm evaluating him overall, I'd say C minus. Expectation for the season: the AFC South sucks, so win it. I can't say the Texans are gonna do that. Thought the Colts were gonna do it. Jaguars looked good.
Colts are terrible.
Colts are horrible. And then the Jaguars looked good and fell off a cliff and just beat Josh McDaniel and the Raiders. So I guess that's good for them. So win this horrible division, and then whoever you play in the first round, try and score. This offense is horrible. It's literally Derrick Henry's offense. Again, they don't even have A.J. Brown. You can't even fool someone into thinking you're going to throw it because they don't have a passing game. Malik Willis throws the ball like 10, 15 times a game in his short sample size. So very one-dimensional offense. You go win 7 or 8 games and you win that division. That's what I say. Go do it. Go get him.
Go get him, Tiger. Yeah. I'm blanking on who we're even talking about.
Tannehill.
Tannehill.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, Tannehill. Passing wise, haven't really gotten a real good sample of him. You don't see it much. He's one of those quarterbacks that has the ability to hand the ball off and shift to the left or shift to the right. I did that backwards.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so not the greatest quarterback. Don't really trust him with my team. Again, kind of the guy you'd get a beer with, because he probably wouldn't be talking about himself the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He'd probably be like talking about other things going on and actually have a decent conversation. Bads about him, I got a laundry list of it. Just doesn't throw the ball. I don't trust him to throw the ball. If I was the Texans or the Titans, excuse me, he seems like he's losing accuracy. He's aging, but he seems like also one of those quarterbacks that could be around in the league for a while, just like bouncing around different teams. One of those, Fitzpatrick kind of guys.
Yeah.
I forget what the term's called.
Just like a long-term backup. Oh, what is it, journeyman?
Yes,
yep.
Journeyman. Yeah, he seems like that kind of guy that would fit that kind of role. Journeyman quarterback. Just nothing exciting about him. Just kind of
there.
Goes here, goes there, goes up and down and everywhere. Expectation again. You got to try to win that South because the South is like the Pop Warner League of the NFL. It's so bad. But if you can't do that, that's pretty sad. that means you're letting the Colts or Jags or even, well,
Texans can't do
if
it. There's no way. So it's got to be the
Texans,
Colts or the Jags. Yeah.
there's no way. Yeah, Texans can't do it, but it's just an awful division. Almost like one of those divisions that you would debate on having, like, like the soccer try. I was so impressed by that. How soccer does that.
Hmm.
How they bring up like teams that are good in the lower, like say college, like Georgia right now, and put them in the pros. I think they would compete better than a lot of those teams in the uh, AFC South, because AFC South is awful.
Yeah.
Let's be honest
Put them
about
in there
it.
with the Texans. Have them battle it out.
Oh, dude, that would be a good game.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
Yeah. 10, 15 years ago, it was like, let's see Bama play the Browns, when they were 0-16 and they were going through quarterbacks left and right. So they're still doing that. So, oh, did you have a grade for him?
Oh, a grade for him again, C minus.
Mm-hmm.
We're obviously hitting the high marks here this
Yeah.
evening.
These are top tier
Yeah,
quarterbacks, folks.
the best quarterbacks in the league. We got Daniel Jones, and we got, now I'm blanking
Go
on
Ryan Tannehill. You're good. It's a forgettable player. 2-3 years ago, he was a good backup quarterback for like fantasy. Like he had a 30 touchdown season and then kind of just fell off a cliff. I don't really have an explanation for it. They took away his receivers, but yeah, Jones and Tannehill.
Oh, he
That
just
was
doesn't have to use receivers. He hands it off to Henry and
yeah.
runs.
It's like you don't really have to do much at that point.
No, not at all. But keep on moving a little bit. We got our fan segment for the day. For the week, it's actually probably 2 weeks, but we only have one fan segment. We do apologize again. Sparks says bad inconvenience on his end, canceling last week's broadcast.
Shame
but
on me.
That's all right. I'm just messing with you. It's McDonald's and Burger King. Let's go.
There we
It's
go.
a great debate between McDonald's and Burger King. You know what I think we should do on the show? We should have a chicken sandwich tasting contest.
That'd be something.
That
Like
would be
a
sick.
blind one where we got to see where it's from.
Blindfolded. You can't tell
Oh.
what brand it is.
I could get the McDonald's chicken sandwich, no problem. McChicken, I could do that, but everything else, I'd probably be pretty shocked. I'd probably guess it wrong. So, all right, we'll give these a shot here. Michael, congrats on the debut album. Michael's on the Astronomers band that's kind of up and coming up in northern Wisconsin. So it is honestly not even close. The fact that this is a rant, I had to split his comment in half. The fact that Burger King is still running is beyond me. They probably keep their lights on using their grease runoff from their grills. Okay. Because you already know they aren't making enough to pay for electric. Holy crap, Michael. The only reason Burger
digs
King...
right in.
Huh?
Just digs right in.
He's going in, yeah. The only reason Burger King gets a 1 out of 5 and not a 0 out of 5 is that the coupons are basically criminal. You can get like 3 burgers, 3 fries, and 3 drinks for like $12. That is pretty good. But the food is awful, so unless you are truly lowballing, go spend the extra $3 at McDonald's. That was a well-cohesive essay. It had an intro, it had 3 good points, and it had a conclusion. So that was pretty good, Michael. Again, we tried to use Michael's music, but YouTube likes to copyright flash us. So
we're getting copyrighted everywhere.
yeah, we'll probably get it just for saying that. But Michael's team,
Yep.
or Michael's band, The Astronomers, just came out with The Occasion debut album. So you check that out. Just look them right up. They'll come up right away. That was a good take by Michael. I mean, that was pretty thorough. I don't know. You want to start off, Johnny? What's your take on Burger King? He clearly doesn't like it.
I don't have as much of a problem because Burger King. It all depends which one you go to. They're starting to revamp a little bit. Burger King's has a soft spot for me because back when we used to go fishing up in Shawano and stuff, there was only a Burger King on the way out, so we stopped there, and it just smacked when you got a Whopper, and it just felt so good after sitting on a boat and smelling like fish, and just hit different. Yes, I do like McDonald's, but Burger King, the flame grilled, nobody gives the flame grilled credit. Flame grilled burger, that's a little bit different than the grilled top burger. It lets the grease run through a little bit, but yes, they do probably power it on grease. But again, Michael, if they really do that, that's sustainable.
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about that. That's
Green? Is it
sustainable.
green?
Yeah, and the Impossible Whopper or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
which I don't even know what it's made out of. I haven't had. Have you had that?
No, that name scares me. I don't want to know what the meat is made out of if you call it the
It's not
impossible.
meat. Yeah.
Oh, is it vegan?
Yeah. It's vegan.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Yeah, I haven't tried it
Yeah,
yet.
you are. We knew that before this.
Thank
so.
you. Thank you. And
Yeah.
good night, folks. We're closing the episode out. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yeah, so I have a little bit of soft spot for Burger King. Yes, I understand that they're probably the lower tier, but still, give the King some credit.
Yeah, give the King some credit. I like it. Adam's on your side. He's actually leaning Burger King. He said fries can't. Let's say fires. Fires. Who's starting fires, Adam? I'm just kidding. So
Adam, it's probably him.
Starting a fire with the grease and Burger King. So fries can't carry a whole chain. So he's saying McDonald's does have good fries. I will say that. I feel like McDonald's has a pretty diverse menu, and it's still really cheap too. I know Burger King's a little cheaper in some assets, but I feel like I don't know.
Well, you don't get the chicken fingers at McDonald's.
Yeah, you just get the nuggets, which the nuggets are pretty.
And
good.
you can get the cool crown, the cardboard crown, and then wear that around for the rest of the day.
Takes
saying
the
that
cake.
you went to Burger King.
There it is.
Yep.
I feel like it's more than just fries. You remember when McDonald's had the chicken snack wrap?
Well, now aren't they bringing back the McRib?
They're bringing back the McRib. I would do anything if they would just bring back that freaking snack wrap. It was $1.89. I would get like 2 or 3 of them. So filling. I'm so mad that they discontinued that. I would have bought enough just to keep it alive. It was one of those things I just tried out for a couple years and pulled it. So I thought that was really good. I think McChickens are good. I think McFlurry's pretty mid. We have to do like a deep dive on these menus, but
We got to do like a
Burger
whole
King.
fast food. We have to do a whole fast food, a totally different episode. Just us taste testing fast food, giving it a grade.
Just go live on that. Have everyone watch us do like a
mukbang.
That's what I was about to say. Something else, and that was not right. Yep, it's mukbang. That's what it is. So Chandler. I thought of a completely different word. I find quality of Burger King burgers.
You're probably thinking gang.
I find the quality of Burger King burgers and fries to be better than McDonald's. I also think you could get more bang for your buck by the size of the food. So we've actually got 2-1 here, Chandler. Breaking the tie.
Burger King is actually shocking.
Burger King, actually, the hype around Burger King.
I feel like Burger King's more small town. Like, people that are from smaller towns.
Yeah.
Like Burger King better.
Like
I definitely think that's true.
I think that's right. Because if you have 6 options and Burger King is one of them, you're probably not going to go out of your way to go there unless there's no line. So, I don't know. Like, I went to Burger King one time. We got a simple meal. It was like just, I don't know, the typical burger, fried drink for like 3 of us. And it literally took like 45 minutes. Like, I think they were understaffed.
We once had like Michael was saying, we once had the newspaper coupon.
Yeah.
We got like we had probably $40 worth of food. We got it for $13.
Oh,
because of the coupons, because you could just cut them out and use them, like feed them all at the same time. And
you could stack them. Okay.
Oh, we just kept pushing them across. We're like, we got a coupon for this. We got a coupon for this. We got a coupon for this. They just kept scanning them, and then it's like this huge, they walk out with the tray of food to give to your table, a huge pile of like just food, and we sat there, and this was my cousins and I, and we just pounded Burger King.
Oh my gosh. For $13 to serve a few people fully, I would gladly do that. Maybe we get coupons in the mail. Maybe I'll just go pig out at Burger King. I haven't tried it in a while, I'll be honest. So
Gotta get back with the king.
I'll wear my little crown and I'll take a picture for our social media. I'll say hello, everyone.
No, you get the crown there.
Right.
Yep.
I'll get the crown, I'll wear it, and I'll take a picture. I'll be like,
I used to wear it to volleyball games in high school.
Really?
Yep. The crown because there was the cheetah glasses.
Oh.
The time when they had the Cheetos like tenders or whatever.
Partnership, yeah.
Yeah. And they had the Cheeto glasses on, like the sunglasses, and I used to wear it to volleyball games. It's pretty cool.
That's a look. I hope you have a picture of that. That sounds like a look.
I think I have a couple somewhere.
There we go.
Oh, is that all we got for the fan comments?
For now, yeah. So Burger King actually, I cannot say I expected Burger King to win.
Out.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that either.
I would lean McDonald's. That's just me. I don't know about you. I'd lean a little on McDonald's.
I don't know. Now that I think about it, I haven't had Burger King in a while. Might just have to go there.
Might just hit. Gotta go fishing first again.
It hits a little different. I'm taking a guy from Florida and Cody from Iowa ice fishing.
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't been on ice, or like, well, Cody's been on ice, but the guy from Florida hasn't.
Yeah.
And it's. I'm like, yeah, we drive our truck out on ice.
It's like, what do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It
Yeah.
is dangerous. Don't. No ice is safe ice.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we just got a four-wheeler this week for ice fishing.
There you go.
But now we go to Grinds My Gears. But, this is kind of the airing of grievances. If you haven't seen the Seinfeld, go watch it. It's the Festivus episode where Barry Stiller goes on a rant in front of Stan's boss and says, "You're not paying him enough." The airing of grievances. But it's the greatest holiday of probably any holiday, because you had the airing of grievances, then you had the feats of strength where you wrestled the old man. And that's the afternoon. At the meal, you have the grievances where you talk during the meal about things that are bothering you, and then you have the feats of strength where you wrestle the old guy.
There you go.
Sounds like a day and a half. Grinds my gears right now. Now that election season's over, working in news is a little bit less busy. That's always positive. But I would have to say the Packers are grinding my gears right now. Let's get things going, fellas. This is ridiculous. And it's stupid. It's frankly, it's stupid. We're so talented. And yes, we're short in the wide receiver department, but you still have Tunyon and all this other stuff. Our line's not real great, but the Packers are grinding my gears lately. They will continue probably to grind my gears throughout the rest of the season. But that's all I can say. Anything else really? I don't really have too many this week. Sparks, you got something?
Early Christmas music players. I'm good in a couple weeks. Yeah.
Come on, you don't like Mariah Carey's Christmas?
On November 1st? No, I'm good. I am. Let me gain 5 pounds in one day at Thanksgiving, go into a food coma, wake up, and then I'll hear my Christmas music. That's fine. But let me go in that food coma first.
You go in the food coma.
We need Thanksgiving music. I looked up a playlist on Spotify one time. It is a thing. It's just like weird. It's like people saying turkey in very different ways. So there is Thanksgiving music. There's a reason we don't hear
Adam
it.
Sandler song, Turkey, Turkey.
Yeah, basically that. So there's a reason we don't have Thanksgiving music.
We couldn't play that.
We should play that on here. But yeah, so early.
We should have a
November 1st.
Thanksgiving, Packers and Bears. We should have a Thanksgiving.
Oh, there.
Joining of friends. It would be like a big table of food, and we can sit there and hate each other for how long we want.
We yell over mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey, stuffing, and we scream about how bad both of our teams are. My team has 4 wins. Well, my team also has 4. That's what it's going to be.
It'll be just like stupid. Just have like the casual, like sit down, both you and I across the table, and just like have one turkey there, and then we had to eat the whole thing.
Yep.
We had to eat the whole turkey.
We can't leave the table till it's done.
Oh. You get the meat sweats.
And no leftovers. Yep, meat sweats and all.
No. Got potatoes there.
Yep.
I know you like your yams with cream.
Oh yeah.
Sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The sweet potatoes with the marshmallow. Those are good.
I don't like those, but we'll get to that another day. But it's been a fun one. Once again, the hour flew by. We thank everybody for joining us. Any last thoughts, Mr. Sparks, before we head off?
I think in a couple weeks we'll start doing some "What am I thankful for" segments, something like that. Maybe we'll do shorts. We'll do them on the episodes. Look forward to those. Be a good idea. Me and Johnny, if we're looking at football, we don't have a whole lot to be thankful for.
Oh, so, I can't say the Packers.
Yeah, we'll find something else to be thankful for. The 34 of you would be at the top of the list. Trying to get to 50, as Johnny said before. Yeah,
I would like to get to 50 before Thanksgiving. Let's come out. Let's put that as a goal.
Let's give out a gift card before Thanksgiving.
I will amp it up instead of $15 gift card to $25 gift card.
There we go. If we can get it by Thanksgiving.
Yep. If we get it by Thanksgiving, $25 gift card, and we will choose a popular place. It won't be probably like a B-dubs or something like that. So it doesn't have to be real specific where you have to go somewhere. It'll be a general maybe it's even McDonald's or Burger King. And frankly, Burger King looks like it has the better opportunity. $25 gift card to Burger King could buy you pounds of food. So I think we should do that. We'll set that as a goal. Hopefully we That's a pretty good goal, I think.
Yeah, and we'll run the competition on our social medias, so make sure you follow those. Those links are in the description. And we'll probably just put all your names in a wheel. Once you do, we'll probably say like, follow, and comment by tagging one of your friends. You get entered, and then we go from there. And as me and Johnny said before, it's out of 50, and all 50 probably won't participate. So your odds are pretty good. It's better than that
Your
freaking
odds
lottery.
are really good.
Yeah, it's better than the lottery, so.
A lot better.
Yeah.
But that'll wrap things up here for Across Enemy Lines. Johnny Samp, Corey Sparks, another fun one. We hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and hopefully your NFL team wins. If you're a Packer fan, especially hopefully, but probably not. If you're a Bears fan, maybe not so much, but that's okay.
That's all right.
I got to go after the last minute dig. Sorry, Cubs fan 107. You got to get my last shots in, but that's always part of it. So we want to thank you guys again for joining us here today. And make sure to like and subscribe and follow our socials. And make sure you're subscribed here because, again, win yourself a pretty fancy gift card. Have a good night, everybody.